Now we are going to study about the female gametophyte. In the last session, we have studied about the female gametophyte. The most important two cells in this female gametophyte, let us discuss now. So we have seen in the last session about the central cell, which is having two nuclei. So this last central cell in the female gametophyte is having two nuclei, which is called as the polar nuclei. The next very important one is that egg cell, which is located at the base of this female gametophyte, where there is an opening. So where there is an opening through which the pollen tube enters. As we have seen in the last session, the pollen tube is having two nuclei. Two male nuclei are in the pollen tube. So amongst these two male nuclei, one of the nuclei fuses with the egg cell, forming a zygote. By that time, the egg cell forms into a zygote. By the time the egg cell is fertilized, the one more nuclei, male nuclei, goes and fuses with the. By the time the egg has been fertilized, the two polar nuclei combine to form a single fusion nuclei. In the pollen tube, we have seen that there are two male nuclei. One of these male nuclei fuses with the egg cell, forming a zygote. Another male nuclei that is in the pollen tube enters, that is, it goes inside the central cell and fuses with the central, that is, single fusion nuclei. The second male nuclei, which is deposited at the embryo sac, enters to the center and fuses and unites with the single fusion nucleus. The zygote formed will develop into an embryonic plant within the ovule. The fusion nucleus within the secondary nucleus helps in the formation of a new tissue called as the endosperm, which helps in the storage of food materials. The endosperm formed here stores the food materials so as to provide the nutrients for the developing ovule to proceed. Union of one male nucleus with the egg and the second male nucleus with the fusion nucleus is called as double fertilization. Double fertilization occurs in flowering plants. What is double fertilization? The union of one male nucleus with the egg and the other male nucleus with the fusion nucleus is called as double fertilization. After the double fertilization, the ovule increases in size rapidly. This is because the endosperm provides the food materials for the ovule to develop into a new embryonic plant. The embryo consists of more than one or more than cotyledons. The embryo consists of one or more cotyledons, an epicortal and an hypocortile. The epicortile, both the epicortile and the hypocortile are the parts of the rod-like axis that is attached to the cotyledons. Thus the cotyledons digest the endosperm, which has stored food in them, so as to make to grow the epicortile and the hypocortile.